Good morning. I'm all packed up and ready to go already. It's like an hour before sunrise. I've had my breakfast and we're starting out with a hill climb, and then it should level out some and then the sun should come up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start night hiking and try to get some miles as much as I can in this morning. So we'll get on to it. Top of Lone Mountain. No overlooks or views or anything. Sun's starting to come up nicely in a little bit here. And now at the Spalding Mountain lean-to. I think I'll just pop in for a second. There's people sleeping here. We'll just bounce right out. And we're in and out of the shelter already. I stopped in there for 5 or 10 minutes. There was the one guy there who I've been hiking around, so he was the only one. And it's just kind of funny how I know there's like 50 or 100 hikers within a day or two behind us, but it's just cool that there's like nobody around us right now. So I just chilled there for a minute chatting with him. I thought he was going to be up and out already if he was at that shelter, but so he's going to head out. He's packing his stuff. He'll be right behind me. He'll catch up. And he's trying to meet a buddy, so he's got to get to the road crossing pretty quick. I'd just like to get there fast enough to get the trail magic, but whatever. I'm going to go around this a little bit. I was gonna say, it is definitely friggin' freezing out here. Temperatures in the 30s for sure. And while I was hiking, it feels, warm enough, but when you stop for 5 minutes, your fingers go numb, everything just freezes again, so I had to get re-bundled up. And then I'll probably be sweating in like 10 minutes. So far the terrain's been good for going these ups and downs compared to everything else we've been over. I think we got a couple of good hill climbs throughout the day. Made it to the top of Spalding Mountain. The very peak is 150 yards. Up a side trail, I'm not gonna do that. Don't need it. We're just gonna continue to the next one. This is a really cool marker denoting the approximate location. Near this spot completed the final link for the entire 2,054 mile trail, August 14th, 1937. That's when the entire Appalachian Trail was officially completed. It's grown over almost 140 something miles by then. And it'll keep growing every year, probably. I don't think it'll ever get smaller. Little side trail here. Let's check out this view. Oh, Maine, how I love thee. Right up ahead, we got a mountain with the cell towers on top of it. That's Sugarloaf. We're not actually going up to the top. It kind of skirts around it, but we'll be near there really shortly. Highway 27, 10.6 miles. That's it for the day. The terrain has been kind of good to me so far. Trail magic, maybe in my future. I'm still hoping for it. Well, and now there's very slow going on this rocky descent. Yep. Now we're heading up South Crocker Mountain. Oh, we just passed the summit of South Crocker Mountain. There was a little viewpoint there, but there was a ton of people. Like, all the day hikers in the world are out right now. The trail's just really crowded. But now we're skirting over to the other Crocker Mountain peak on the north side. Oh, I feel very exhausted because I'm just literally going as fast as I can. We still got over 6 miles to go, and time is ticking. Made it to North Crocker Mountain. Highway 27 is 5.2 more miles. Alright, it's break time. I'm gonna have my last bits of food. I've got a turkey bacon ranch wrap with Swiss cheese and some more Snickers bars. And I was also keeping my eye out for it, but I am exactly at the 2,000 mile mark. There may be some sticks laid out or something just a little bit further up the trail, but it was like a little pull off here with a bench to sit on, or a log to sit on. So I'm just gonna have lunch. I still got like 5 miles to go. Got to get there in like 2.5 hours or so. It's doable, but I gotta keep cruising. So this is just gonna be a quick break, and then it's all downhill from here pretty much. I hope it's not too steep. I hope I can make good time, and there should be a hiker feed waiting for me in the parking lot. Hopefully. We'll see. There we go. This is what I was looking for. The big 2,000. Oh, that's awesome. We're almost at the bottom of the hill. 5 miles of good long downhill. And my legs are feeling pretty shot at the moment. And it's not even 2 o'clock yet. So we made really good time. Oh, I feel like this is some kind of record. 17 miles before 2 o'clock over this terrain, up and down all the hills. That's not too bad. But we are very close to the road crossing. Oh, here's another flyer. This is our event. 10 to 3 today, and it's 2 o'clock. Oh man, so I am gonna get some food, and I am gonna hang out with these folks for an hour or something, because now I'm in no rush. The only other thing is the hostel does a shuttle at 4:30. They can come to the trailhead and pick people up, but I may try to hitch or maybe get a ride with the church group folks if they can take me into town a little bit. Maybe I can hit up the general store and do my resupply, you know, as soon as I get to the town, and then hit up the hostel later. I'm gonna do it on the fly, but for the next hour, I'm just gonna relax as much as possible. Here's a sampling of what I've got to start with, and there are a ton of hikers here. A lot of people I haven't seen in a bit, so it's good catching up with some folks. Alright, we're done with the awesome hiker feed at the parking lot. I got a ride into the hostel of Maine is where I'm currently at. I'm currently in the bunk room. I just got showered and everything else. Let me spin the camera around. This place is awesome. This is like $100 a night type of place, but it's only like 40 bucks for the bunk. This is where I'm at. I'm settled into a bottom bunk here. Here's the bunk room. It's like someone's cabin and a lodge, like all in one. There's like communal areas, kitchen. I think we're gonna have a full breakfast in the morning. This place is awesome. The bathroom was spectacular. There's private rooms here. You chill on the porch. Yeah, this place is sweet. Get in here if you can. We got all these resupply options. And they got a bunch of food and stuff in the fridge you can get. Breakfast in a full dining room over there. And Goob was here, September 11th. Alright, a little more settled in now. I did my resupply shopping. I'll kind of show that later if I can think of it. But they got a full liquor license here so you can get beers and stuff. And they had some leftover muffins so they just had to get rid of. So I'm finishing up the muffins. Got a beer. I'm just going to chill here. I mean, you could literally just stay here the whole time. I mean, there's a little grocery store just down the road. But this is going to tide me over pretty well. Again, they got like frozen pizzas and some of the usual stuff in the fridge that you can get. Ice cream and stuff like that. So I might check out some of that later. I think there's an Italian place just down the corner, but they're only open like 3 days a week, and I think they're supposed to be open for dinner tonight, so I may wander down to the Italian place, but this is awesome. This is a 10 out of 10 hostel for sure. Right now, I think I'm just about the only one here, or maybe one other person's checked in, but if you can get in this place, get in this place. More hikers will probably trickle in later, because I'm kind of on the early side still, but it's gonna be nice. Now I think it's time to go find some dinner. Literally just a .1 away, right around the corner from here, is a little Italian place. It looked pretty small, but apparently they got really good food. So I'm gonna go down and check it out, and probably just get something to go, take it back to the hostel, and we'll eat there in the dining room. And this is it here. I think it's just called Hugs. Looks a little popular. And here's what we got for dinner. We have a salad, chicken parmesan. It came with some kind of cheesy breadstick stuff. So there we go. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do my sign out for the day while nobody else is in the bunk room. Pretty good meal at the Italian place. Again, the hostel here is excellent and highly recommended. Tomorrow we're gonna get a full breakfast and then take a 9:30 shuttle back to the trail and start tackling the Bigelows. That'll be the last like high peaks, tough mountain climbing for the rest of the trip, it looks like, and then everything else is kind of downhill and smootherish sailing from here on out. So we're getting close to the end. The terrain's going to be getting easier, in theory, less ups and downs and steep elevation wise, but tomorrow will be the last good big push day. I'm not sure exactly how far I'm going to go. I want to enjoy the full breakfast, which is why I'm taking the later shuttle. They do a 7:30 and a 9:30, so I think I'm just going to take the 9:30. Have a good meal, and then depending on the terrain difficulty, there's options to stop short at some campsites, or I'll try to push all the way to the intended shelter site, which is like a 15-mile day, so we'll see how far I get. Anyway, we'll tackle all that tomorrow, so we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning from the Hostel of Maine, the best hostel on trail. I think the only other hostel I'm going to hit this entire trip is going to be Shaw's, which is probably one of the most famous on trail. So Shaw's has got some hard competition if they want to claim the spot for #1 once I get there, but we'll see. Anyway, it's about time for breakfast, so let's go down to the kitchen and check out what we're getting. Do you guys remember a ways back when I met Paint Splash? She gave me a ride into town. She was doing trail magic, and she says she painted artwork for a whole bunch of the hostels and stuff on the trail. Well, it looks like she's been here. This is the van they use at the Hostel of Maine. And I was admiring the work here, and I noticed this in the corner by Paint Splash. Alright, just got dropped off by the Hostel of Maine shuttle. I got surprised by some trail magic. That was kind of cool. So I just had a cookie and a soda. Didn't need much else. And let's see. Oh, it's 10 o'clock, so I don't know if I can get as far as I want to go. The Bigelow Mountain, Avery Peaks, 8.4. I want to at least try to do as many of that as I can today. There are some campsite options if I can't make it so far. But the Little Bigelow lean-to, I think, is where I was trying to end up, which is a little over 15 miles. But it's 10 o'clock, and there's lots of mountain climbing today. And I think these are the biggest, kind of the last big mountains in our way before the terrain really levels out, and then we got like relatively smooth sailing towards Katahdin, I think. So let's see, we are at the Cranberry Stream campsite. Horns Pond lean-to, 3.2 ahead. I think we'll take a break up there. It's all uphill on the way to it, but I don't think the hill climb up there for this first bit is supposed to be too egregious. But I think after the lean-to, and it gets a little steeper. Here's a nice close-up of the fall foliage color changing. This whole next week and so of the trail should see a whole lot more of this. These large jumbly boulders with all the moss and stuff on them. Oh, I love the look of this place. Just gives it like this whole cool feel. All that. I just love the look of this forest. It's like moss on everything, jumbly rock, just downed trees everywhere. It looks like such a chaotic mess. But there's something about it that just adds this whole level of beauty or something. It just looks awesome. And something else I was thinking about, I'll go ahead and mention, is that I overhear a lot of people talking about it's very common for people to listen to podcasts and audiobooks and stuff. They just put their headphones in and then tune the rest of the world out. I am very opposed to doing that. I've never listened to anything while I've been hiking the whole time. And that's because I want to hear every sound in the forest, even when there's complete silence. There's always something to that. I feel like listening to something and distracting yourself from where you are just takes you out of the woods. It's like, why are you here in the first place? I'm here to hike the trail and see the awesomeness and experience every moment. I'm never going to be here ever again. I just want to absorb as much of the trail experience as I can. I don't want to tune the world out listening to some audiobook. I can do that after the trail. But I don't know, so many people are doing that. Like they're bored out here or something. Like, how could you be bored? Look at this awesomeness. I don't know. So my suggestion would be never, ever, ever put anything in your ears. You're just missing a whole nother dimension of absorbing the woods around you. Here's another quick example about something about the trail. So you come up and there's like this rock crevice thing. And there's like an obvious path to the left. You can kind of hop up that way and hop up there. And you get the easy path going up. But there's a blaze right there. This is the trail. You gotta crawl up that crevice. That's the trail. This is not the trail. I'm a purist. I'm going up this way. It's much more fun. Never take the shortcuts. Viewpoint, huh? Just a little jaunt up here. We'll take a peek. Holy crap. That's friggin' awesome. Hell yeah. Oh, that's so cool. We've had a lot of pop-outs to like these mountain lakes, but not like an overlook like this. That's cool. Those two peaks in the distance. We'll be going up there shortly. I'm trying to remember which ones those are. The, dang, I'll think of it in a second. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, not the Bigelows just yet, it's something else. Or maybe they were just called the Horns. It's like the North Horn and the South Horn, I think was those two. Cool. Horns Pond lean-tos, 0.2 of a mile. The guardian squirrel. We are in and out of the shelter area of the Horns Pond lean-tos, I think is what it was called. There was some people around, so I didn't want to pull the camera out, but it was the original shelter from like 1936 or something like that. And let me film this guy for a second. There's the original shelter, and then there was two new ones that they had made. It had 2 privies, a caretaker, and then a bunch of tent platforms around, so that was a nice little tenting area. And now we're climbing up the South Horn. And I think there's a side trail to the North Horn, but we're not going to take that one. There's the peak of the South Horn. And there's looking towards the Bigelows themselves, over that way. And then it's kind of all downhill from there, I think, until we get to Katahdin. Last of the big peaks. Bigelow West Peak. Back towards the Twin Horn Peaks. The lake down there is Flagstaff Lake. Alright, let's go tag the sign real quick. Bigelow Mountain, West Peak. And the next one is the Bigelow Avery Peak. And what's cool about this elevation is that from here to Mount Katahdin, the next highest peak is Mount Katahdin. I'm at a little trail junction area between the two peaks. And the Little Bigelow Lean-To was my original intended destination for today. Still another 7.3 miles. It's doable. Definitely doable. I may still end up getting there. But this area has got some tenting around it. Cool. I like these pictures. There's a lot of sites that have had these well-drawn pictures. But we'll keep on moving. Bigelow Mountain, Avery Peak. Like an old fire tower structure or something on the top there. Not sure what that is exactly. I think that was Flagstaff Lake. Nice view of it. Beautiful day. I like being able to look back at all the peaks. It kind of looks like somebody else is at the peak right behind us there. You see a hiker. Look at this view. It's just unbelievable. The descent's a little rocky. Just going slow and easy. Based on how long this might take. I don't know if I can get to the shelter before sunset. That is my goal. But there's a camp, like a mile from here at the bottom in a notch or something. Or I could try to look ahead and see what stealth sites people are commenting about. We got some huge rocks that we're skirting around. Kind of similar to when we started coming up. In that cool rocky area. Oh, but walking like right in between everything just makes you feel small. I just love this kind of stuff. Maine, I think, may officially be my favorite state. And on a side note, I've run into a couple other guys that hadn't seen in like 1,000 miles, so we were just chatting about where we're going for tonight and tomorrow and all that. I think I'm definitely going to shoot for the lean-to for tonight. It sounds like there probably will not be a crowd there, so it might be right around sunset when we get there. But tomorrow, I think we were planning on getting to the Pierce Pond lean-to, and that'll set us up for the next morning right before getting on the famous Kennebec River ferry crossing on the canoe. There's a place that does breakfast that you can like sign up for and get breakfast in the morning that's really close to the Pleasant Pond area, so I did not know about that. So that's going to be awesome. I think we can do a cool breakfast before doing the river crossing. Now we're at Safford Notch. There's a campsite down there. That was one of the backup options if I wanted to call it quits early. But we're going to keep going. From here it's 5 miles. I think the terrain's going to be kind of mellowed out for a little bit, and then we got one more big steep descent for the final couple of miles maybe, until we get to the shelter. There's a snake right here in the moss. If I get a little closer, he's going to move. It's a little thing. I've seen a couple of these before. It's the same type. I almost crushed him with a trekking pole. There we go, get nice and close to him. It's just a little guy. Atop a little Bigelow mountain, 3,000 to 40 feet. And from here, it's all downhill. I think we got somewhere between 2.5 and 3 miles or so till the shelter lean-to for tonight. It's gonna be close. Might be able to make it by like 6:30 to 7, and sunsets at 7. We made it. Little Bigelow lean-to, 100 yards. That final descent was not bad. We were able to maintain some good speed. So I think we're about 45 minutes till sunset, but the sun's already on the back side of the mountain behind us. So it's gonna be getting darker sooner. And I'm gonna get some water here at the stream. We'll hit the shelter. And I'm just gonna get the usual stuff taken care of as quick as I can, start cooking up my food, and we'll go from there. All right, here we are in the shelter. There's just a couple people here right now, but I'm gonna tuck into the corner. And I got food going. And these are these new meals. I've seen these like once before, these good-to-go meals, apparently made in Maine. So you don't see them too much outside of the state. But these things are 870 calories, so they're like twice as what you would see in like the Mountain House meals. And somebody else around me has had this one before, the pad thai, and I think they said it was pretty awesome, so I'll let you guys know once I've got that one in my belly. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off real quick. I'm halfway through my pad thai meal. The verdict is, it's okay, it's edible, it just feels kind of flavorless. It's got a little bit of spice, which isn't bad, but it's 800 and something calories, so that'd be awesome. Anyway, let's see. Tomorrow, we're getting over to the Pierce Pond area. I think we'll do fine. It feels like the last couple of days I've always been racing against the clock to do something. I had a late start today, and then yesterday we were just racing to get the trail magic, so we'll have a nice chiller time to get 17 whatever miles knocked out for tomorrow. But anyway, it was kick-ass views today, and I think the weather's supposed to be pretty decent for the next couple of days, and the hill climbs are going to be much, much less. The terrain should be much smoother, so that'd be all awesome. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next one.